In this video I have some very important information to talk to you about the message that you have to give the world, you know, your life path, your vocation in life. And I guess that you're probably watching this video because you do have some sort of message for the world. You have something that you want to teach, that you want to inspire people with, or something like that. And there's a few things I want to tell you. And the first thing is, you know, it's something that is bandied about in the personal development world, the health and fitness world, that you have to be the message. Be the message that you want to share. You know, you gotta be the message. And you know, I am one for being the message as much as I can, and I can't say that I'm always the message that I am sharing, or if I'm, you know, giving out information or advice. I don't really give advice so much, but I just talk, and you know, you can do whatever you want with what I say. That you have to be doing what you're talking about, or what you're recommending other people to do, or whatever. And if you're not doing that, then you should just shut up or something. And I don't believe that. I don't believe that. A lot of people get judged for not being the message, right? And for those people that are, you know, that are talking, that are educating, that are inspiring, and they're not being it, I don't have a problem with that at all. People look at them and go, oh, they're hypocritical, they're this, they're that, they're the other. You know, I actually don't see it like that at all. You know, we're all on our journey, and we're all doing the best we can with the resources that we have available. And some people can be more the message than others. Some of us, the wiring is just going a different way, and it just takes further along the path. But should you wait? Should you wait till you're perfect before you deliver some message to the world? Some health message, or some message on success? Should you wait till you're ultra successful before you talk about success? Or should you wait until your health and fitness is just at this all-time high before you can actually stand up and go, right, this is everybody, this is what you should do, or this is what's a good thing to do? No, I don't actually believe that at all. You know, I believe no matter where you are, even if you're lying in a bed and you can't even get out of bed, you're so sick, sure, you can still talk about health. Absolutely. Sure, you can still talk about energy. Sure, if you're completely flat broke, can you still talk about finance? Absolutely. You know, if you've just gone through a marriage breakup, can you talk about relationships? Probably better than someone who hasn't, to be honest. You know, and so, you know, don't let, if it stops a lot of people. If you don't feel like you're living it, don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you from sharing. Don't let that stop you from teaching. Don't let that stop you from giving. Just because you don't think you're being it to your maximum ability. You know, don't worry about the judgmental people. Don't worry about them, you know. They've got all their own issues anyway, right? Everybody's got their issues. That's the thing. Everybody's got their issues. I'm like, while I say, you know, I do my best to be the message as much as possible, not always, everything I say on video, I'm not always being that. Not always. Do my best, like everybody, but not always, you know? And that's okay, you know? If you have your what you want, you know, what is your intention? Is your intention to help people? Is your intention to add value? Well, if you're doing that, then isn't that enough? If your intention is to help people and add value, isn't that enough? Of course, to be able to give good information, not to give wrong information, or information that can harm people, obviously that's not good, you know. But if you've got good information to share, if you've got good knowledge, if you can speak, if you can inspire people, isn't that a good thing to do? No matter what's going on in your own life? Absolutely. You know, years ago I used to, I read all the Neale Donald Walsch books, The Conversation with God, and all those books back in my early 20s. And I loved those books. I was so inspired by them, and I got so many sort of earth-shattering lessons, conscious-shattering lessons from reading those books back then. And you know, Neale Donald Walsch, was he the message? Was he this like pinnacle? Absolutely not, you know. And you know, I remember somebody got up in one of his seminars and said, hey, you know, you're standing up there teaching us about life and how to live and all this sort of stuff, and look at you, you know, you've been homeless, you've had 4 marriage breakups. You know, are you really the sort of person that can stand up there and tell us how we should live? And he took a moment and he said, no, maybe, he said, I'm not the best example. I'm not the best example of how to live. He says, I'm not the message. He says, I'm the messenger. He says, don't look at me for the message. He says, look past me. He says, it's not coming from me, it's coming through me. The message is coming through me. He says, I'm the messenger, not the message. Right? You know, if the postman turns up your door and he's delivering a parcel for you, and that parcel is some sort of nutrition or something, you don't look at the postman and go, well, you don't look so healthy yourself. You know? So sometimes the messengers aren't the message, and that doesn't matter. You know, don't if you are the messenger, then don't let it hold you back. That you don't think you're being the message or living the message, right? Didn't stop Neil Donald Walsh, did it? And if you're receiving the message, don't always just judge the person that's delivering the message by if they're not the message, because by doing that you could be stopping yourself from receiving some very, very valuable information, something that could change your life in immeasurable ways. But because of your judgment, you could be stopped in that. Make sense? You know, if you've been healthy all your life, are you going to be the sort of person that's going to teach people about health? Often not. The people that generally teach about health are the people that have generally had their own health challenges. And because of their own health challenges, they have gone and learned and discovered. So then they can pass on knowledge. In life, it's often our voids that create our values. What we have a void with early on in life, that often produces our values later on in life. The things that we learn about, the things that are important with us, the things that we want to share. So the person who has had numerous relationship breakups, and they're suddenly teaching about relationships, it's not to look at them and say, well, they've gone through so many relationships and they're single at the minute, and why should I be listening to them about relationships? Well, no, that person there is actually probably better educated, better qualified to teach about relationships than the person who's met their childhood sweetheart and just kind of clicked and had this like almost perfect relationship with them for so many years. Because what do they know? They got it right first time. They didn't have to really learn and struggle. It's when we go through the struggles, that's when we really ponder. That's when we go deep inside. That's when the wisdom comes out. So, people who have had the health challenges go, why can that person teach me about health? They've gone through all these different health challenges. What do they know? That's probably the person who's best to teach about health. The person who's gone through 4 marriage breakups, probably one of the best people to teach you about relationships. They've seen all the things that don't work. They've struggled with it all, right? The person who's gone bankrupt 3 times. That guy over there, he's a failed businessman. A failed businessman? One of the best people to talk to about business and entrepreneurship is a failed businessman, because they can say, look, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, because that's what I did and it messed up. But now I got things back on track, right? This is how I started again. Because that's most businesses. Most people go to get into the business, So some people just get into business and things just work out for them. And they can just tell you what works, But quite often they can't tell you the pitfalls. The person who's gone through 3, 4, 5 businesses before something kicks off, before something really works. Sometimes people just do something and the timing's right, the place is right, and the economy's right, and it's just like, it just does really well no matter what, Anyone could have opened that business, really, and it would have worked. That's not the person who got it for business advice, often. The person who's kind of been in the trenches, the person who has had the failures, had the struggles, that's often the person that we want to go to. That's been down there. Because that's where often wisdom is taken from. So no matter where you are, if you are at that lowest point, or if you have had so many struggles, so many disappointments, all those have been building up right now. To right now, and what are you going to do now? That's where it comes to. So you are the message, you are the messenger. Just deliver your message, no matter where you are in life. No matter where you are in life, just deliver your message as best you can. And if one person gets value from it, think about it like this. This is the mindset. If one person gets value from it, then you've done your job. If one person gets inspired by it, then you've done your job, right? Think about it like that. If you want to, we've got these great portals at the minute with YouTube, the internet, blogging, things like that. That's what I do. I make videos, write blogs. This portal. You just like write something and anyone in the world can search for it and find my blogs. Anyone can search, find my videos. That's incredible. Now is the time of messengers. This is the time for messengers to get your message out there. Yeah. So use the time wisely, and be doing it every day. Every day, be doing something to continue to grow and discover. If you have a message, do something every day to learn more about that. To then produce it. To then add value. And keep that in mind. If one person, each time you make a video, each time you write a blog, if one person is educated, inspired, if one person receives something from that of value, then you've done your job. Yeah. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you again next time. Remember to subscribe, to like the video, write a comment below. If you have a question for me, then please write a comment below and ask me a question, and I will talk about it in my next video. Okay, thanks. See you then.